stuck at work today. Thought I would do a quick package for Arkansas prospectors. There's a lot going on in Arkansas. I get excuse me. I get a lot of hits every day from guys looking for gold in Arkansas. Now, I'm going to run you through how I prospect, and essentially, I've converted that into a quick guide called Getting to X, your personal guide to prospecting. So, that's essentially the process I'm going to follow. If you jump in over at egoldprospecting.com, that Getting to X is available right here in the center. You can click on the red Get Instant Access or click right here Getting to Your X. No emails required for that, but to get the full benefit of what I'm getting ready to show you, click Sign Up Now, and that will get you early access to what I call the launch pad, and that is where I keep the solid gold nuggets of resources that I've used prospecting. I've found old mines and things within my first day out in the field because I spent the time digging through, sifting through, getting the research done so that when I hit the field and the snow finally went away, I was able to actually go straight to where old mines were and start prospecting there. In fact, this year I'm going to pull some samples and get them assayed. But anyways, so if you just click sign up over here, give me your email, and you will get immediate access to the launch pad. And everything that I've got going to run you through today, I essentially jump to from the launch pad. So the first and foremost thing that I want to show you, there are historical resources for you, online newspapers, things of that nature. I did a quick search for gold prospecting in the Gentry Courier Journal, the digital archives of there. And between 1896 and 1910, I just limited it to a period of years. There were 12 results for both gold and prospecting. So you can read into the old newspapers, find out where things are, and that's actually how I found the claims that I've gotten into and going to be sampling. So that's one way to do it. The other thing that you do pretty much first off is to go to the USGS and find exactly what the geology looks like of Arkansas. You guys may already know about all of this, but it's available as a Google Earth overlay. And the other thing is to run to see what history does the USGS, that's the United States Geological Survey, have about gold in Arkansas. I ran the report, and there were 4 matches that came up. And in fact, these matches will give you latitude, longitude, where it's at, what they're actually mining for. A couple of these, gold was well down the list. As you can see, this one is entitled Julius Hess. It's an unknown operation, but it's in Pulaski County there in Arkansas. I believe that's the Little Rock area. You guys, let's see the Google Earth when we get over there. But there's the latitude and longitude where it was found as a record, and then the primary commodity was lead, and then they were pulling zinc, copper, and gold out of the lead ore that they were processing. So I did display those on my Google Earth. And here is the Pulaski County ones. There's one right here. That's a gold prospect between Pulaski and Pulaski County. Let's see what county that is right there. This is just outside of Hot Springs due west, north of Malvern, west of Benton. So east of Hot Springs, there's an occurrence or a prospect, and you can click right here in your Google Earth to open up the details of that. And essentially it goes and pulls it. It says that's old Spanish diggings, and there's a prospect with, once again, latitude and longitude, who reported on it, and then what was the primary commodity. There's actually a lot of history of the Spaniards when they were running the Arkansas area actually getting gold. Here's an operating mine that's doing gold as a third commodity. Their primary commodities are lead and antimony, and then they're getting zinc and silver, and then gold as the last one. And it tells you what kind of ore, minerals, and materials that they're mining for. And one thing that you do is you can overlay. Let me just grab it for you real quick. You can overlay the geology right on top of that. And then you can zoom in and see. Now this is zooming out just because of the extent of Arkansas. So this is showing you all of the geology of it, and if you click on it, it'll give you the details. As you can see, the era that it was deposited, what it's called, then you can click on a detailed description. Now it looks as though there's a lot of folds and faults and things through this area, and as you can see, the gold occurrences are actually along that line, just sort of a general line coming down from the northeast down to the southwest, right along that fault line, and those are thrust faults. So they where you find geological activity, whatever it might be, is a good spot to prospect for gold. So once you have that, you pull down the topographic map for that area. You look in the drainages around there. Now, one thing that I want to point out to you is the further north you go, the better your chances of having had glaciated ice and other things moving gold down to you. So if you want to look up in this area, you can see when that was formed. It's called the Boone Formation. Let's see. So that's how you play with the geology. And I'll make this package available, all of these resources that I'm using, in one quick, easy download for you over at egoldprospecting.com. And just have you pick that up. You're ready, pretty much ready to go and get prospecting. Now, with only having 4, and as you can see, there are these 2 areas in the very general area, very specific area right there. So when you click on it, it spreads them out so that you can click on each individual location. And once again, it's giving you that lead as a primary commodity, zinc, copper, and gold as the secondaries. So anyways, from a gold side, obviously the Spaniards were up there looking for something. So it depends on how deep you want to go prospect. There are ways that you can find historic records of the Spaniards and other things. Let me flip back over to my web browser here. And so once I've gone through and looked at the USGS, the Mineral Resources Data System out of the Launchpad, the other thing that I will do is I will pull the historic topo maps. And to find anything in the Launchpad, you Control F to bring up your search box, and some browsers may have it up here at the top, but my Firefox has it down here at the bottom. And one thing I want to do is I want to look for historical topo maps. And so you click on one of those. I've got several different resources listed because I found some will have some maps, some won't have others. But then you get into them and you pick Arkansas. And these are the historical topo maps published by the USGS and that are available for Arkansas. You can see there's ones ranging from 1888 all the way down to 1939. These are all what they call pre-1945. So there's a 1942, a 44, but these are great because you can actually look at them and see, overlay the current topo maps with the previous ones. And by doing that, you can see where ghost towns might be, where a crossing might be, crossings were historically, at least out here in the West, historically places where wagons would capsize, get blown over in the spring floods or whatever it might be. So you go downstream of the fords where they were crossing those streams, and it might not be a bad place to do some prospecting with your metal detectors. So you may not actually have gold, but you know what? Relics and other things are just as fun to look for, and some would have some value, but make sure that you're following your local rules and regulations. So you click on the index because some of these maps are no longer called by that name. And as you can see, some of them cross over in Oklahoma, Louisiana, up into Missouri. But you click on the index and it'll pull up a simple map like this, overlaying the boundaries of Arkansas and then the available maps, at least in this one service. Like I said, I've got several services listed there that if this one doesn't help you out, then the other ones might. And what I like to do, if I know the USGS has marked an area for gold, then I go into that specific area and look at it first. So the current producer, at least the third commodity being produced in Arkansas, is in DeQueen. That's the northern part of Sevier. I'm not sure how you Arkansans would pronounce that, but Sevier or Sevier County down here on, I believe that's the Oklahoma border. And in fact, they have some maps from back when Arkansas was still Indian territory. Let's see if I can see one of those for you. Yeah, down here, Arkansas and Indian Territory. So Oklahoma was still Indian Territory when this Winslow map came out in 1898. And I actually put that one, where was Winslow? Right up here. And so those are great ways to look around, see what you can find. This map right here is the... Once again, excuse me. Oh, battling a bout of pneumonia last week, and I'm still got a little touch of it. But this is the DeQueen map, and it shows you the townships, how they're laid out on the map. But if you go and look, that current operating mine is north of DeQueen, and you can look and see where all of these old rivers used to lay, and it's amazing how accurate the guys are. I've got another tutorial that I'll include in the package that will show you how to actually save this picture and then overlay it into your own Google Earth overlay to then be able to match it up with the new topos and other things. As you can see, a lot of the schools are listed. Ozark School there, Antioch School over here. All the black dots are cabins. Overland School. You know what? Schools are great places to metal detect for old coins. Those kids had silver coins in their pocket when they were playing on the playground, playing tag, running around the monkey bars, and guess what fell out? That's exactly right. So, once again, mine private property. You can. That's the other thing I can show you is how to get into your county records and find out what's private property, what's public property. Some of these places may be state or county parks. Once again, find out your local rules and regulations. There's some states back east that don't allow any metal detecting on what they call government-owned land, whatever it might be. So anyways, just make sure that you're staying on the right side of the law, as difficult as that is these days. But you can see it'll show the old trails through the mountains and everything. Those might not be a bad place to scout. If you see a ford, you can see all these named fords. Those are crossing those rivers, and that is the Coosatot River was the old name of it. I'm not sure if it's still called that today or not, but there's a lot of fords on that river, and guess what? If that's a fast-moving, flowing stream and might flood in the springtime, those guys still had to cross the river. So that one follows all the way up into the hills over here. And let's see, that's showing Duckett. I'm not sure if that's a county name or what, but Man, these old maps are fantastic. And this is actually Arkansas National Forest up in this area. And so there's a lot of things for you to look at. And let's see, the Missouri Mountains over here, Rattlesnake Mountain, Fork Mountain, and once again, all those school locations are shown. The schools were about every 4 to 5 miles so that the kids could walk to school. And it's the way the Amish still do it back in Ohio. The kids, the parents are the school board. They hire the teacher. They set the curriculum. The kids all walk to school. So you've got little pockets of schools, but guess what? All those schools had recess and other things going on. Here's a Camp Wilder. So that's just the first one. I looked at this other one. Let's see. This is the Eureka Springs topographic map, and you can see that's up here towards the Missouri border. And, once again, there's fords. There's Charcoal Gap going through the mountains. There's Eureka Springs, the town. And let's see. Now, sometimes they don't give you a lot of detail, but look, there's a little town here called Alabama, and if Alabama is not there any longer, then you potentially have a ghost town. Look for those old foundations and other things, and do what you can to look for those relics and old coins. Prospecting doesn't have to just be about gold. And in fact, I do it all. Gold prospecting with a pan, with metal detecting, coin hunting, relic hunting, do it all. It's all fun. So, and this last one, as you can see, there's not a lot of detail on this one around Little Rock, but I pulled that one down because those prospects are up in this area. The other thing that will be shown on these historic topo maps are mine locations. Excuse me. But once again, old schools, old campgrounds, if there's a fairground listed, that's the other thing. Wherever people gathered, if there's a fairground, a horse track, anything like that, those are all good places to prospect if you can get permission onto it. So you can dig a little bit deeper into the history. The Arkansas Historical Association, and I'll give you all these links where you can see them in the package, but every county has a historical society, or most do, and you can click on those. Those are great places to get a start, to find, the older homestead sites, the older, things that might have been going on in the county. They keep track of a lot of things. As you can see, the Arkansas Genealogical Society, they've got all kinds of things going on. So you can get to your specific county to look up things. And if you want me to, the other thing that I am able to do is, if you want me to provide you the 3 places I would go, then feel free to jump in at egoldprospecting.com. Let me know. If you give me your county, say, hey, JC, I want you to give me 3 places that you would either gold prospect, metal detect, or relic and coin hunt, and I'll do that for you. More than happy to do that for you. Now, you can dive a little bit deeper into the geology of Arkansas. You can see on the Arkansas Geological Survey, the last time these minerals were mined, specifically for their metal content, and it has just a little small discussion. And then they've actually got a database down here for all permitted operations. So if you click there, and you click right there, it'll show you where permitted operations are taking place. And then once again, the geological map. They've got other maps on the Geological Survey, topographic maps, more specific geological maps, geohazard maps. I mean, there's a lot of information that you can get into. Let's see. Yeah, there's a county geological map, state park geological maps. There's all kinds of great things. There's a place called Crater of Diamonds. Not sure if you guys have heard about that one or not, but that is in Pike County, and this was created in 2007, showing the general location and the stratigraphy of that area. Pretty spendy price-wise, but guess what? They have a free download available, and there it is. So I hope these resources help you out. And the other thing, there is a Gold Prospectors Association of America chapter in the Ozarks. So it looks like they meet year-round. They'll meet indoors during wintertime. In April through November, they'll have outdoor meetings. So they've got a lot. Actually, website's pretty decent. Just recently updated. And then the other thing, here is here's a quick summary of some things, gold sites. They mentioned the old Spanish diggings, which was the other thing that was shown in the USGS, but it's talking about the Ouachita Mountains, and there were stained quartz veins, and it is public land since it's national forest, and it's open to non-commercial rock hounding and prospecting. But they advise you make sure, and like I said, make sure your laws and regulations, your local stuff. So they talk about a little bit more gold. Gold nuggets and flakes have been found 12 miles southwest in local streams and dry washes. And then some gold and silver associated with igneous dikes around hot springs. Now, if you remember on the USGS map showing the locations, that was around the hot springs area. So some treasure tales, and once again, those old newspapers are a great way to track down and find out where things might have gotten lost. You had a fair bit of Civil War activity in the neighborhood. You know, some people, here's something from Jesse James. Brushy Mountains, located in Perry County. Jesse James is said to have buried some $32,000 in gold stolen in 1877 from a stagecoach between Hot Springs and Plainview. I mean, I just got done doing a research project here for my neighborhood about Butch Cassidy. Some of the similar stuff. You know, those guys, you know, they would rob and then they would bail to where they were hanging out. So if you do a little bit more digging, find out where was Jesse James hanging out, spending time. He had to have a place of sanctuary. So you find where he was staying and where he robbed, and someplace in between there, if the posse caught up to him a little too quick or whatever, he would have found a good spot to bury it. So there's a lot of lost treasure listed for Arkansas. So once again, I'll give you that website in the package, and hopefully this will help you out. There's some underwater sites. So there's all kinds of things that you can do in Arkansas to find and prospect. It doesn't have to be gold. Like I said, here's an article about hidden treasures in the Ozarks. This is actually talking about geocaching. I don't know if you guys have heard about that or not, but essentially different organizations, and this specifically mentions the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism and Game and Fish. They're actually getting involved in this geocaching. This article's a little bit dated, but you know what? If you can get out there and find some things, it doesn't matter if it's a geocache or an old bottle top. I mean, it's great times with the kids. And wow. Anyways, the Arkansas Geological Survey and the Game and Fish actually have a GIS viewer, which is Geographic Information Systems, and then they're showing different areas. This is their base map. You can put streets on, imagery, topographic. I mean, that's a pretty cool resource right here for you, and they may help you find property lines and other things, find that public land. So Anyways, I hope that helps you out, Arkansans, and get out there, do your prospecting. Once again, let me know if you want some more help and want this as a package. Jump in over at egoldprospecting.com. It'll be available for you over there, and it'll be under our package link at the top of the page. So take care. Talk to you soon.